Hello and welcome back to League One Live. Tonight we're here to review 5 games in Sky Bet League One, 18 goals, a January transfer window that has burst open and already deals being done left, right and centre. We had the Sky Sports cameras down at Highbury yesterday afternoon as well. We'll discuss next week's game in a 30 to 45 minute episode. There's a little bit of an extra. It has been FA Cup action weekend. Tonight we'll come to the comments down below. Jake is not with us tonight, but again, I'm here, 45-minute show or so. So again, we'll burst onto the League One scene very quickly. If you can see and hear me, guys, that'll be appreciated. Let us know in the comment section below. Hello, James. Hope you are well. Hello, Carlisle 100% going down. I think a few can say that this weekend, and one of them, yours truly. Hello, Sue. Hope you're well. How special is Daryl Clark? He's amazing, and if he keeps Cheltenham up, he'll be manager of the year, and it'd be the greatest escape I've ever seen in League One. I know Burton did it a few years ago under Dino Manria and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. But over longer term pictures, I know that again that he'll have 34 games or so. What was it? 1 point from 12. Didn't win a home game. Lost 6 in a row at home. Hadn't scored a goal. It's amazing what he's done at that football club, and he's brought spirit. He's brought an identity. He's brought a togetherness. He's brought real, a real will to win, and the players are running through brick walls for him. And I said when Fleetwood got rid of, Scott Brown, I'd have had him because of those reasons. He was unbelievable at Bristol Rovers, got sacked, shouldn't have done. Coughlin does come in and do a really good job, to be fair. And then obviously he leaves. I think he went to Mansfield. And then obviously since then they've had different types of managers. Joey Barton has been there. Obviously they've now got Matt Taylor in there. But Daryl Clark has done well at Port Vale. Shouldn't have been sacked. He wasn't sacked for footballing reasons. And I like the way Cheltenham have backed him. And they've done what Fleetwood haven't done, and they've backed him over players. They've got rid of 5 loanees out of the 6 that they had. They knew they weren't good enough. They've got rid of certain players. So, yeah. Hello, Sue. Hope you are well. Thank you for joining me. Hope you are well. Hello, Charlie. Welcome to Maidstone now. Put them on TV. They could join Man United. They don't get on, would they? Evening, Bren. Great video on 8 yesterday. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hello, Ben. Up the imps. Hello, Matt. We will get into the League One chat then. Again, we'll start off with Fleetwood Town 1. Derby County 3. 5 wins on the bounce for Paul Warren's men. Mendes Lang opened the scoring before James Collins scored just before the break. A Fleetwood display that had heart and endeavour but lacked quality. And again, mistakes at time had killed. The boys should have been 3-0 down with a penalty not being given from Boston Lowell on the Derby County man. I did think it was a penalty in real life, and I saw it back, and I thought so. Fleetwood, however, had a 10-minute period where they got back into the game. A stunning header from Jaden Stockley from a Sean Rooney cross brought the Cod Army some hope. And for a 5 or 10-minute period, Ronan Coughlin made his debut coming in from Waterford. The Cod Army looked like they could snatch a point until the dying moments where Tom Barcuse and the former Fleetwood, Morecambe, Blackpool and Preston man rescued all 3 points for the Rams. They've now won the last 5 away from home, won 9 of the last 11, only losing 1 in that period as well. Derby are the form team, closing in on the top 2 and more importantly, top of the league. Portsmouth and Bolton Wanderers as well. Collins has now got 11 goals, 1 assist for the season. He scored 11 last season, 7 in open play. 4 from the penalty spot. They scored 47 goals now. The Rams, 24 conceded. It's just another day at the office for the Rams. For Fleetwood, 8 points adrift now at the bottom of Sky Bet League One. And at key moments, Fleetwood are the worst team in Sky Bet League One. They concede too many goals and don't score enough goals at key moments. And that is what's killing the Cods at the moment. The last 2 performances have been better. The arrival of Sean Rooney back into the fold has helped things, giving the club a right back at least. The club do need to recruit this window. Fleetwood Town are going one way, and that's plummeting down the Football League. But it says a lot when Fleetwood are disappointed not to get something out of the mighty Derby County, who were in the Premier League just 15 years ago, while Fleetwood were playing dog and duck football in the non-league pyramid. Although we lost, I was happy with the performance. Derby County can take a lot of grit and determination going into another Sky game, 3 in a row, as they play Burton next week on Sky TV cameras. Not the prettiest job, but the job's done for us Rams. Hope Fleetwood stay up. Thank you so much for all the love and support from Derby fans on my latest stream as well. Hello, Luca. Hope you are well. Posh on a downward spiral. Lost to Leeds. And they've drawn a couple. I think times just think about the league focus. As a Derby fan in the away at Highbury yesterday, I thought you were deserving of a point. We were clinical both for you guys to stay up. I didn't think Derby were great yesterday, if I'm honest with you. I didn't think they were average, but I thought they were a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, and they didn't play anywhere near the best. But when they got opportunities, that was a Derby display that I haven't seen too much of in League One. Last year, they draw that 0-0, 1-1, 2-2. Jaden Stockley missed it 0-0. I think it was Vale who pulled it back. Who did he? Maybe Murray, I think it was, pulled it back. Should have been a goal, really. So, it was a disappointing one, really, to say the least. We'll go on to Burton against Wycombe now. Another point for both sides. The Brewers again starting to get some points on the board under Gary Mills, who's taken at least January transfer market. That screams to me that he's staying in at the football club. Sam Vokes did get his second in 2 games as well, 2-2 in 2024, 5 points in 3 for the Chairboys. I know the Chairboys will be absolutely delighted with that. Again, a win and 2 draws, 14 points away from home this season as well. But for Burton, he said it's positive signs. They're slowly picking up points again. They weren't doing too badly on the Dean Manry. They just kind of lost the way for 4 or 5 games, and I think it was a harsh sacking in a way. I think the style of football didn't help. But again, Wycombe slowly are not going to do anything this season. I don't think they're going to go down. But I think these are 2 sides that are going to finish between 13th and 18th. And it showed on the pitch. Wycombe, with the likes of Dale Taylor, Gareth McCleary, Freddie Potts, who's an unbelievable midfielder at this level. Sam Vokes, Sadler, Leahy, good player as well, who's played left centre half, left wing back, left back, centre midfield, all over left midfield this season as well. He, played all over. Grimmer's a good fullback, and same for Burton. I like Moon. I know he scored an own goal away at Bolton. I like Bennett. I like Camwell, Labala up front as well. Powell in midfielder. He's a good player at this level. And a point apiece. We'll come to Cheltenham 2, Portsmouth 1, just in a minute. Hi, I hope you're all right. As a Derby fan, we have played well maybe 3 or 4 times this season, but pleased to be putting on the end results. Absolutely agree with that. And you don't always need to play well to get results. So that's what Derby are doing. If you could that'd be massively appreciated. And subscribe, that'd be massively appreciated. Who's going to get promoted? We'll come to that later in the show. Hello, Orbaster and Taylor Blackett have been linked with Derby today. Orbaster would be a brilliant signing, and I think it'd be great for him. I think he's going to go out on loan somewhere because I don't think he's going to go and play Prem football. I don't think he should go back and sit on a bench. I think Blackett Taylor's a Rams. Blackett Taylor, what is it? 8 goals, 6 assists this season as well. And we've got another goal contribution yesterday. He's a very, very good player. And he's been consistent with numbers. Don't worry, I think we'll get 3 points on the 10th of February. I don't think we bloody will do. It says a lot this season when our manager's got more points on his driving license than we have on the board. No, I'm only joking, but I'm a fan of Charlie Adam from the outlook, but results need to change. Where's Jake? Things have happened. Unfortunately, Jake can't join us tonight, but hopefully, all being well, he'll be back next week. Hi, mate. As a Derby fan, I don't think we played our best against Fleetwood, but I still think we need to strengthen a couple of areas. 100%, but you're getting points on the board. We'll come to some of the questions in a bit. We'll go for Cheltenham 2, Portsmouth 1, and all goals came within a 5 or 6 minute period. Cheltenham under Darrell Clark, 6 wins, 4 draws, which is a massive improvement. That's 22 points. You got 23 in total, which is, a really good tally. This season, they've been brilliant under Darrell Clark, and they've actually only failed to score in 2 of Darrell Clark's games, and that was Fleetwood at home, which is his first game, and Northampton away on New Year's Day. They scored for 12 consecutive games after not scoring for 12, and now they're scoring 2s and 3s. And Sericum, a 10th of his goals, I think it is, have come against Portsmouth. 2 yesterday, scored for them, for Bristol Rovers, Yeovil, all over. He loves that area. There was Oxford as well, I think, as well. I think the introduction of Tom Pett, I think this season, I think he's been one of the best signings in Sky Bet League One. Davis is an experienced name. Bradbury, again, I know he does an own goal yesterday, but he's been excellent. Keener, again, hasn't really featured, but he's a big part. Lloyd, Bonds, it's a really, really, settled team now. Southwood in goal is one of the best young goalkeepers, within the division. But for Portsmouth, we'll come to in a minute, 5 points from 5 games for them. But Cheltenham, on the way, and they can't get out of that bottom 3, but they're putting on the points on the board. And if they can do that regularly, they'll be okay. And it's a big win for them. It's a big win. Came from behind. The next 4, they've got 2 games where I don't think they'll be expecting anything. Nothing to lose mentality. Bolton away, Derby away. If you go and play like you have been doing, Derby, I think they scored the first goal against Derby. I think they drew against them. Bolton, they lost 3-0 early in the season against. They've got Carlisle at home coming up as well. And they've got Wycombe at home. So if they can go and get, I'd say, 4 points from the next 4 and go up to around about 27 points, they're in with a shot. For Portsmouth, they've dropped 10 points from the last 5. However, 53 points. I think they're going to need another 37, 38. I know Tom was saying 87. I think 91 will secure it. So I think 38 points from a possible 63. You can drop 25 points, Portsmouth. And I think Portsmouth fans, I think sometimes that they are the 12th man. When things don't go well, I think they need to, when things go well, get on your high horse, enjoy the moment. You should enjoy every good moment in football. But when it doesn't go your way, don't worry about it. You will bounce back. And to be champions, Plymouth had to go through that the hard way. They lost 3-0 at Sheffield Wednesday. Because this time last year, Cooper got injured and Wednesday bridged the gap. Ipswich were bridging the gap. Questions were asked. They went to go and win the league. Sometimes these tough moments, going to losing that way at Charlton, Bristol Rovers, Blackpool at home, are the best things to happen to a football club. So for me, if I was Portsmouth, I'd be feet firmly on the ground. They've got 25 points away from home. They've got a lot of young players in there. And now it's up to the likes of Norris, Shotnessy, Raggett, Rafferty's. Rafferty's played over 300 games in the Football League. Your Marlon Pax is very influential now to guide the, Colby Bishop as well, to guide the players like your Yengies, your Paddy Lanes, your Kamaras, these types of players. And I don't think they lose that game yesterday, Portsmouth, if they have Regan Poole in the side. I don't. Raggett's at fault for one of the goals where Sericum has lashed it in. And I think the January transfer window will be massive. Last year, they brought Paddy Lane in and really strengthened. And you've seen what the January transfer did for Ipswich last year, Bolton the year before, and it has won titles and it has won promotion. So for Portsmouth, calm down. It's one game. And for Cheltenham, they'll be absolutely delighted, with 3 points. And a fighting side, Portsmouth wasn't at the best. They've got some tough games coming up. I know they've got Leyton Orient next Saturday. They've got Fleetwood coming up as well. They're a good side, still got a lot to do. But if they can, what have they got? 10 home games left, something of this 10 or 11 home games. If you go and win 7 or 8 of those home games, draw 1, lose, say, 2 of that sample size, you've already got 22 points. That'll take you to 75. I'm asking you to then go and get 15 points away from home, which is Portsmouth I can realistically do. And there'll be a lot said that they've got 5 points from Cheltenham. Forget it. Plymouth last season dropped 4 points, got dropped 5 points against Fleetwood. It'll happen. You'll have those gate sides that you don't quite beat, that you should beat. But well done to Cheltenham. For Portsmouth, bad day at the office. We'll come to you. Derby can't afford it. I agree. Talking gas. I'm as a Derby fan, I don't think we play well. Where's the smug posh fan? I don't know. Lincoln are crap. Favourite away day will come. My favourite away day, Barnsley this season. Hello, Josh. Hope you are well. A good question to ask. If Derby don't get promoted, where does it leave us with a lot of players and only a year left? Cashin and Birdie need championship football. Well, I think Cashin signed a new deal recently, didn't he? I reckon, if I'm honest with you, that side, yesterday when we're looking at it, Cashin, yes, I could see moving. I can't see Mendes Lang will get offers from the Championship. I know he's had, offers, bad things off the pitch, but it's an aging squad as well. Like Bradley's not getting any younger. Nelson's not getting any younger. You know, Collins isn't getting any younger. Vickers, I don't think he's a Championship goalkeeper. There's a lot of players in there that aren't Championship quality, and if you do go up, you're gonna have to sign a lot of players. And you've seen that what happened with Sheffield Wednesday at the start of the season, Rotherham as well. I don't think Derby will go straight back up and do what Ipswich are doing or what Plymouth are doing. I think they'll struggle with that squad, but they've got the budget and the support base to back it up. But I do agree, RE cashing, but I think you'll cash in quite well. Be done. I'm a big fan of your channel. Keep up the good work. I wish to Fleetwood all the best for the season. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Where do you reckon Wigan will finish? We'll come to that in a bit. Yengi at the Asian Cup. It's a lot, isn't it? And Robertson as well, out injured yesterday. Where's he going to go? Is he going to feature again? We do wonder. Exeter City 2. Carlisle 1. Exeter have won 2, drawn 3, lost 3 in the last 8, collected 9 points. Blackpool away and Cambridge coming up next. Aitkinson, Harris, Cox, all good players at this level. It was Cole who scored. He scored his second goal of the season. Adding to that goal that he scored against Reading earlier on this season at home in that 2-1 victory. It's a good win over a side of Carlisle. It was a big game for both sides. Dan Butterworth, the former Blackburn and Fleetwood man, did pull one back. But for Carlisle, just 6 points away from home, winning 1, drawing 3, losing 9, scored 9, conceded 23. The Cumbrians are in a little bit of trouble away from home. Armstrong again made his debut, scored 1 goal in 12 for Harrogate this season after a move to Wrexham failed. But for Exeter, it's a big win. They've got some big points lately and beat Wycombe and managed to get a point over Lincoln at home and Portsmouth at home and win here, scored 2 good goals and the pressure off Gary Caldwell for a little bit. They've already added some strength in January as well. And again, wins breed confidence, and that's what you're just hoping for Carlisle's and Fleetwood to add to, because Cheltenham, Reading, Exeter, Burton, Wycombe, Wigan, just above them are all improving. Brilliant result for Exeter. For Carlisle, that is a really, really tough one. They are now 6 points adrift. And they've got some good players in there. Melishes has played 200 games for the football club. Sam Lavelle has been at Morecambe, done really well. Charlton, now here at Carlisle. Charlton's a midfielder I'm a big fan of. Gibson, midfielder, good player as well. It's just they've not got enough strength up in the top end of the pitch, and at the moment, that's proving costly for them. And yes, it's a tough one for them at this moment in time. So it's just getting back to basics, really. We'll come to the comments section now. Out and out said one will be sacked. Him getting sacked would be the worst thing at that time. And questions were being asked, and he always goes on good runs. I don't think anyone would have come in and done better than him, and that's proven to me. So, yeah, we'll go to Port Vale 3, Charlton 3. A game of absolute pearlers, and both sides will be thinking we could have won it, we could have lost it, ended up drawing it. Ethan Chislett, 6 goals, 7 assists for him this season. Ikpeazu with his first goal for the football club. Port Vale, 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. Another side that are improving. They didn't win in 13, went to extra 1, beat Blackpool recently as well. And, went to Carlisle, unfortunately lost them in the last minute. But again, a good point in that Vale Park this season. They've been strong. I think this is the first actual draw at Vale Park this season. I think they'd won something like 6, lost 5. This is the first draw. Blackett Taylor, 8 goals, 6 assists. Carnew and Campbell all getting on the goal scoring sheet. Again, Charlton love conceding goals. They're one of the worst teams away from home, only winning 1 this season away at Wigan on Halloween. A scare fest for Wigan on that day. Badon. Adoom with his 2nd assist of the season as well. It's a good point for Charlton. It's a good point for Vale. Overall, 3 goals and you're not winning the game. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to stop conceding goals like that. Charlton are conceding too many soft goals. I know they got a lot out injured, but unfortunately, at this moment in time, conceding way too many goals. For Port Vale, getting better, and again, that consistency is starting to come now. 5 games talked about. Get your questions in. We will come to the League One table in just a minute. If you could like, subscribe, and all that jazz, we are just 25 away now from 12,700. And thank you to the 5,000 people that tuned in yesterday to the video. I agree Derby can be a financial powerhouse at this level, but our chairman seems to be hesitant for good reason. It's hard at this level to have a big budget, and you've seen Ipswich, Sunderland. The big clubs get dragged in here for a while. When you've got the likes of Rotherhams and Stevenages and Barnsleys, your Blackpools of these worlds that, aren't small, but are absolutely massive, like your Sunderlands, like your Portsmouths, of this ilk as well, your Ipswiches, with 20, 25,000 crowds, it's hard to get up because these sides are good sides and got decent budgets of their own, and they managed to be better than them in previous years. And Derby are much better side than they were last season, but I don't think they're miles better. They are much better in certain ways on the pitch in terms of attitude, belief, game how knowledge, seeing how to win, turning a draw into a win. But in terms of quality, yesterday they didn't play great football, didn't amaze me. I still think they'll finish third or fourth. I really do. I've got my League One table prediction, and I'm kind of stuck in my ways where I think the bottom four is set now. I really do. I think from the top six, I think it's going to be a 7-horse race for 6 positions. And then the top two, I think it's 4 positions for 2. I think you've got between 5th and 7th locked in. I think Barnsley, I think we'll come to it in the table, but I think, your Barnsley, Stevenages, your Peterboroughs of this world are kind of fighting for that area. Peterborough can easily look at the top 2 as well. Then you've got your Derby counties, your Boltons, your Portsmouths. It's going to Oxford United as well. In that top kind of that 5th bracket downwards, is going to be very vital. Carl, I've not had enough. Not to get enough points from away around. I think that was the moment I knew about Fleetwood, that game, both of the games against them, because they were awful and we were terrible. Out and out one will be backed. Good to see. What if they need to be? You say that Fleetwood's best players are Phoenix Patterson and Junior Katerna in terms of creativity. So for me, I think it's good. I'd never agree with the move at first. I just think that for the fact of it's not really costing Fleetwood that much money. And for the fact that the training ground and the ground are owned by the council, the players that you can get better players to attract to England. We wouldn't have got Junior, we wouldn't have got Phoenix, we wouldn't have got Coughlin. We've got them, haven't we? So, and then it's an attractment for them. Derby don't have a budget. I think they do. I think they'll be paying decent wages to the Hurrihans, the Collins, the Barcosens, the Cashins as well. Exeter back to win away, however, Carlisle were dreadful. That being said, Exeter weren't much better. 3 points. 3 points. That's all you care about. Such awful defending. Yeah, terrible. At times this season, League One has looked awful, but at times it's looked unbelievable. Do you think Fleetwood can beat Cambridge? I don't think Fleetwood can win anyone at the moment. I really don't. I've come into games going, we're going to lose. And the effort load's there, the in terms of effort, but at the moment, it's not enough. We don't have enough quality. We played better yesterday. We had 1 shot on target. Derby were probably in Gear B, Gear C. We were probably 8 out of 10 in terms of what we can produce. That is my worry. I don't care about us losing because the effort was there. We showed a fight, a will to win, and I thought we could get something out of it the last 50 minutes, which I've not had for a bit. But it's disappointing, to say the least. I think if they had a better defence, they'd be pushing for the playoffs. Their midfield is stupid, and they've got good attackers on holding, allowing the midfield to come forward. Derby have blown Leeds against all the top 3. We could have hung on to Leeds better. We would have been top by now, but still think Warren's experience and know-how will push us into the top 2. It's vital experience at this level, and maybe you're seeing that at Portsmouth. I do think they'll get the job done, but I think at what Portsmouth have done before, I think that's an issue. I think as a football club, people will be looking at Portsmouth Football Club have been in this situation before. It's a new manager, it's a new squad, but it's the same pitch, it's the same football club, it's the same support, it's the same expectation, bigger expectation actually, but it's still weighted on, and those young players are going to, be heroes, but they've got 21 cup finals to go, and they've got a tough last 6 games. That Bolton one, match day 44. Yeah, it's only 97 days away, which is, not long away, 14 weeks away, and that's the end of the season. Those 14 weeks between now, they can accumulate enough points. That is title deciding. So that's all we've got to think about. We'll come to the League One table then. We'll start off with the bottom of it because, Fleetwood Town currently sit bottom of Sky Bet League One, winning just 4 games, conceding 45, 51 conceded last season in 56. Carlisle just in front, another defeat for the Cumbrians on the road yesterday. Ever-improving Cheltenham and Reading are just in front. However, 5 points in front on the same games played, a game in hand on struggling Carlisle. Cheltenham have also got to play Carlisle in upcoming weeks as well. They've now scored 19 goals of Cheltenham, which is a big improvement, and they're no longer the worst goals in the division. Actually, the third lowest goal scorers, and closing in on the Cambridges and Burtons after a recent good run. Reading are fighting as ever, had to let go of some backroom staff this week, but although they're still picking up points. Exeter just in front, 3 points in front. Again, a recent good run. That's all it takes, a 5-game run. If you can go and collect 10 points like Exeter have done in the last few weeks, they'll be just fine. Cambridge under Neil Harris have improved as well, 4 points above the drop zone. However, again, a couple of defeats lately have dragged them back down. Wigan can't seem to get away from 18, sweet 18, 27 points. He'd be on around about 35 points without it, and they'd be in the top 12. But again, they just kind of need a couple of wins. However, a win could take them right up to the top half of Sky Bet League One. That is how close it is between 19th and kind of at 12th or 11th, and the gap is, again, I think it's going to be that bottom 6. I think Shrewsbury and Burton could still get dragged in, even a Port Vale. I think Charlton and Wigan and Wycombe will just be okay in that drop zone. Let me know your thoughts on the bottom 4 down below. The top 12 then, Leyton Orient, 12, 32 points from 25 games. Will be absolutely delighted. 8 wins, 8 draws, 9 defeats. Scored 25-31. Got some impressive results this season. I think there'll be some standouts for them. Certainly Carlisle away a few weeks ago, well, 2 months ago now. I watched them and I thought they were impressive. Lincoln, up and down. They've actually got a couple of strikers now. Moylan and Freddie Draper has come back into the football club. Bristol Rovers, 2 games in hand and 2 points in front as they look to chase in on a playoff spot. 9 points behind with Port Vale and Fleetwood. I believe are their games in hand, both at the Mem. Northampton just in front after a really good run, and they're actually second in the form table, Northampton, over the last 6 games. They've won 11, drawn 3, lost 11, scored 31. Bowie and Hoskins on show for the Cobblers. Blackpool, I don't believe, will be in a top 6 race at this moment in time. Inconsistency has been their problem. I believe it'll be about 75 points to get into the playoffs, which would only mean Blackpool need to get 36 from a possible 60, which is 1.8 points per game, which is more than doable, but they've still got a lot of games away from home. I think they played 14 at home, 12 away, so they've still got to go away 11 times this season and play 9 home games. Stevenage are 4 points in front with a game in hand, and Steve Evans has done a really good job as he looked to closing on Barnsley. However, Stevenage's record against the top 6 isn't great. Away at Barnsley, they lost 2-1. At home to Oxford, they lost 3-0. They beat Derby at home 3-1. Peterborough, they drew 2-2 at home, and they were 2-0 up in that game. Away at Bolton, it was a 5-goal thriller as they lost 3-2. And away at Portsmouth, away at Fratton Park, they lost 2-1 and drew 0-0 at the Lammix. Barnsley are doing a little bit better than last season. I think it's 3 points better off for the Tykes, and again a plus 18 goal difference, 43 points at this stage last season. That is where they were on a great run. Oxford United have dipped a bit, but they could afford to because they did really well in the opening season. 9 players out injured. Beadle back off to Brighton, and it looks like a new goalkeeper is coming in for Oxford United. Still no assistant manager for Des Buckingham. For Derby County, just 2 points off the top 2, now playing 25 games. Again, I think they would have taken that situation. They might have not taken 4, but if they knew the situation that they were in, 2 points off second sounds an absolute dream. Peterborough, an absolute fun show to watch. He scored 3 against Derby, including a 90-plus minute winner over Derby at Pride Park on Monday. 49 points for them, 2 points behind Bolton, 4 behind Portsmouth. And Bolton Wanderers currently sit second in Sky Bet League One, 2 points behind Portsmouth, 2 games in hand. Who'd have thought that just 3 weeks ago when Bolton went away at Fratton Park and the gap went to 8 points. However, a bit of a poor run for Portsmouth and a great one for Bolton has pulled it back. Ian Everett's men went to Luton Town this afternoon and brought back a replay former teammates, of course, Rob Edwards and Ian Everett in that Blackpool promotion run in 2010. Portsmouth are first in Sky Bet League One, winning 15 of 26. 8 draws, 3 defeats, but scoring a lot of goals, 42 in the process, and getting the job done. There's a lot to talk about. If I was talking about my bottom 4 now, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts, Fleetwood will finish bottom of the league, and he's getting over that Forest Green points challenge. It's getting into out the teens points now and getting a bit of pride back. And the goal difference is a worry for me, 23. I think when we went down finished 20th a few years ago, it was minus 40. The goals have got to be stopped. The goals scored has got to improve as well. And they've got to turn, losses into wins now instead of into draws, because it's too late for draws. I think Fleetwood need 30 points from 21. I'm asking the side to go and get a point and half a game across 21 games. We've got half a point more than that in 9 games, never mind 1 game. So there's a lot to do. Carlisle, I think, will join them. I think Exeter will also drop in. And I do think it's a toss-up between Cambridge, Reading, Burton, Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury win enough at home for me, so I think they'll be okay. Burton are a bit the same. It's a small ground, compact stadium, and that's what Fleetwood should be like. They should have that fight. I do think Reading will join them. Top 6. I think Barnsley will finish 6th, Oxford 5th, Peterborough 4th, Derby 3rd, Portsmouth 2nd, Bolton 1st. After 3 games of the season, I think it was the 15th of August, Tuesday the 15th of August, I walked out that ground. The first thing I tweeted, have I just seen the champions? I think so. I think Bolton will win League One. I think the squad they've got is unbelievable. They've got goals. They can keep clean sheets. They've not been as good defensively of late of this season. Last season, I think they only conceded 36. Kept 23, 24 clean sheets. They lost Trafford. They lost Bradley, which were losses. But they're better now going forward. And Charles is actually scoring goals. He can miss a few chances. I know we've labelled £5 million for him. Is Dion Charles worth £5 million? I don't think so. Is he worth £5 million to Bolton? Yes. Because what he'll score 10 goals between now and the end of the season that will collect maybe 8 or 9 points along the way and win games, draw a game where you might have lost, but more likely win games or get an assist, or he makes Adebayo, makes the Carlos Mendes Gomez, your Thomasons, your Kyle Dempsey's, better players because he's in the team, and he's sometimes he's very frustrating to watch as an opposition man because he's the most unselfish striker on the pitch, and he's like, sometimes just shoot. And he's probably worth 2 million. I think he's 27, 28 now. But 5 million to Bolton because he's worth more than he would be for anyone else. Let's come to the comments section then. Let me know your thoughts. I agree. Our recruitment has been positive. Yeah, 100%. With how you can go through a season with no left back and put a centre half there. Our best centre half at the football club is at left back. And that's causing us so many problems. So, Charlton underperforming, I thought they were. Yeah, but injuries have killed them this season. And the managerial change after 5 games, new ownership there. When Fleetwood played Carlisle, I thought you dominated after a 2-minute spell. You shot our attackers in midfield. Don't think you're a bad side. Lepers don't change the spots, though, do they? I said that yesterday, and it's just frustrating. Some say mid-table for the Cobblers. Absolutely, you're doing really well. And there's no reason why you can't finish in the top 12. Shrewsbury did it last year. Accrington did it 2 years ago. The year before last. I think to beat Blackpool Saturday, I think we'll be okay. Big ask. Blackpool very good at home. Shrewsbury, Exeter, Fleetwood, Carlisle down for me. I don't see it with Shrewsbury. If Shrewsbury scored a few more goals, I think people... But what they can do is win 1-0, 2-0, and find a way to win and come back and fight. And that's what they've got. They've got a bit of fight. They've got a bit of endeavour. And Matt Taylor, I don't think long-term it'll work out for him. I think the football is too good to watch, but they get the job done. And at home, what is it? They've got 30 points. I think 23 points at home. They've only scored 3 goals away, though. And one of them was away at Fleetwood in August. That was the last time they went away. And that one, they beat 9 men. 10 men for most of it, and it was a mistake. And Robertson falling, not having the right moulds in his boots. Derby have to sneak. They remind me very much of Luton a few years ago. If you remember when Luton went, James Collins was in that squad. Actually, I think he scored 25 goals that season. They didn't lose at home all season. They went away and just got the job done. They got the job done, and the assistant manager ended up helping them out there, and got the job done. So for Carlisle, Fleetwood nailed them to go down. But in my opinion, Reading and Exeter are improving, and it's like, well, Cheltenham are improving. But 4 have to go down, don't they? Really hope the Cod stay up, though. I'd absolutely love to stay up. It means so much to me if we could stay up. And tell you what, yesterday I was in such a foul mood. I wasn't slaying at all. I wasn't enjoying my life. It was a bad one because you just get so turgid going to games. I'm going to the game going, why am I going? We're going to lose. I don't want that. I want to go to a game thinking we can win today, and I'd love to go to Cambridge and win. If I could pick an ideal sort of scoreline, I want to win 1-0, and I want to get the goal, not right at the death and nick it. I want to get it 20 minutes from the end, 1-0, headed from a corner, or a scrappy goal or a set piece or something of that nature. As long as the ball goes in the Cambridge goal and we don't concede and we're scrapping and we're defending for our life, but we hold on, that I think will be a better than a 3 or 4-0 win, because I think that will give the lads confidence that they can defend for large periods, go away, nick a goal, win 1-0. And that's what we did under Uwe Rosler. That's what we did under Sheridan. That's what we did under Alexander. That is what we did under large spells at times under Joey for a little bit, but you have a £6.5 million playing budget, which is the 3rd biggest in the league, and finish 5th. And, you are going to have, a decent finish in the league. Under Brown, we had that. We don't have that anymore. And we're a little bit of a soft. And we literally are like a teddy bear at the minute. You roll us over, tickle our bellies, and, you can, take whatever you want out of the house. Looking forward to the men on Tuesday night, Nappers. Cannot wait. Come on, the Cards. What's going to happen to Ruben Sellers and Reading for being in the technical area versus Exeter? Another point deduction referee. It'd be interesting. Blackburn may be good at home, but when we're Northampton 18, yeah, exactly. Hi Nappers. Hello, welcome to the stream. Love Callum Dolan. Like, times he's the only one that's fighting on that pitch at times. So it's like, well, at least it's what Fleetwood are all about. These young players coming through, and we need more of that. We need, it's good to see the experienced players have stepped up in the last 2 games. And whatever Johnson's done to those players, he's done a number on them, because Promise said yesterday that always, the new manager's lifted the ground and the players wanting to play again. I'm like, something must have happened on that training ground for it to be as bad as it was. And you don't see everything. And that's what I'm always careful to comment on. Like, he's been sacked, but we don't know everything. We just see 90 minutes. Unfortunately at the moment, on a Saturday or a Tuesday. 24, Carlisle, 23rd, Fleetwood. We not want to finish bottom. Come on. 22nd, Exeter, 23rd, Burton. Blackpool 6th, Barnsley 5th. Dylan, what has happened? We're going to go unbeaten all year. If you won yesterday, you're finishing top of the league. Recency bias. That's what I think it is. You don't think Pompey will bottle top 2? No. Derby County, hello, Jonathan. When you see Bolton stepping up, I don't. Every team between now and the end of the season is going to go on a 5-game bad run. Just when. Lincoln to get players. Oh, don't start. You're as bad as him. I'm hoping we go to Wycombe, win Saturday, and get the winning feeling back. Excited to see the new lineup. Me too, Sue. I just want to win. I just want to feel happy again. I'm here like, come on. Gas won't get top 6. He's still going on about that, aren't you, Charlie? Christ. Honestly, Ryan, I can't wait. The day mathematically it won't be possible, Charlie will be like, we're still getting in. I like the confidence. I really do. There's no reason why you can't. You've got good enough players. I just think you need to add in January. You'll have to get 3 or 4 good players in January, and it might happen. Did Warren steal Jake's ex? What? No idea. Keep the faith. Yeah, absolutely. We won't get top 6, Charlie. I think you'll probably have to go and average about 2.1 points a game. You're going to have to go on like title form to get into the playoffs, which is hard. But anyway, thank you so much for your support on this stream. 40 minutes of me talking non-stop. What have you done in a past life to deserve that? But I hope you have enjoyed it. It's just a bit of an extra stream. Please like, please subscribe. That'd be massively appreciated. We're so close now to 12,700 subscribers. And again, Fleetwood lost again. There was 5 games, 18 goals. Lots to talk about. The table moved as well. We'll be back Saturday, Cambridge away. I'm not going to go and get beaten as all football this time. I'm going to stay well away from that. I think that I've done my duties there, and hopefully I'll be back with a smiley vlog on Saturday. We'll be back here next Sunday for more League One Live as well. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe on your way out. Up the Cods, up the Sky Bet League One. Le Bosh.